So I just want to quickly show you how to put the magnetic clasp onto your bag. So I've ironed on already about a 4 or 5 centimetre square of iron-on interfacing, and that just gives the fabric a bit more stability for when you stick the prongs through. So you do that on both your lining pieces. So in the middle, and just butting up to the edge. Okay, so once that's done, from the right side, actually find the exact center point is a good idea. So fold your lining in half and just iron to make a mark where the center piece, where the center is. I'm going to do the same for that bit. And you take, so from the right side, if you imagine where you want your clasp to be, it's going to be centered, but just how far down. So you have to allow your centimetre seam allowance, and then just a little way below that. So I'm putting mine about 2 centimetres down. So in your pack you will have 4 pieces. I'm stuck to the table. There we go. So you've got 2 washers. Don't know if you can see them very well there. So 2 washers, and then the magnetic bits with these prongs on the back. Okay, so these prongs go through the washer. So we're going to use the washer as a template to mark where we want it to be. So we've made a crease where the actual center line is, so we know that we have to line that up for the center. So there's a big dot in the middle there, so that the center line passes through that dot. Then you take your erasable pen or tailor's chalk or whatever you have. I've gone about 2 centimeters down on the center line, and I'm just going to mark with my pen in those 2 long lines, because that's where the prongs need to go. And I'm going to take my quick unpick, or you can use a very small sharp pair of scissors. Move the washer out of the way, and I'm just going to make a little cut. So just I'm sort of going into the middle of that little slit, and I'm just going to make a tiny little hole, so less than half a centimetre long. And I'm going to take one of my magnetic clasp pieces, and I'm going to push those prongs through those 2 holes that I've made. They may need a little bit of wiggling to get through. There we go. So that's pushed through. Turn it over, take one of your washers, put it on the back, and then push those pins out. They're quite stiff. And there we go. You have 1/2 of your magnetic clasp. Now all we have to do is get the other one in the same place. So take your other lining piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to magnet this to the one I've already done. I'm going to place it on top, lining it up as best I can. Okay, and where that washer, I've put the washer on there as well. I'm just going to push the washer off, and that should be where I need to make my marks. That's not very scientific. You could do it with a ruler and do it that way if you prefer, so you measure down and find the exact center point on both sides. And it doesn't have to be an exact size. It doesn't matter if you're a couple of millimeters out. Right. So same again, make 2 just small slits. You want the slits to be smaller than the prongs, because otherwise it's going to start to fray. Right, where's my clasp? It's magneted on here, isn't it? Right, then from the right side, push it through. Turn it over. You see, this is why we put the iron-on interfacing on there, so it just makes the fabric just a little bit thicker. And then push those prongs out. And there you have it. So when the bag is assembled, those two bits are going to stick together. So stop your bag flopping open. Ooh. There we go.